Talk Back on KSYL. I'm Al Quartermont along with Stephen Maxwell, and we're ready to have a great show with you today. Look forward to taking your phone calls at 318-442-8255. Stephen, they're doing it to you again. Cowboys, they're getting you prepared to think they're going to make a run.
Dude, I don't believe that. I can promise you I don't believe that.
I was watching Sunday Night Football last night, and who's the Cowboys' former coach that's on Sunday Night Football in the studio?
Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett. He was saying that the Cowboys have the best offense in the NFL.
They're saying that, but I mean, our defense has to be above mediocre for a chance to do anything. And they're probably not. They looked good yesterday, but when you get so far ahead like that, it's just one of those days.
Yeah,
I'm not stupid. I know what's going on here.
He's a seasoned Cowboys fan, so he's not buying it yet.
The offense is good. I mean, you have probably the best wide receiver tandem in football.
That's true. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Pickens has just been maybe the best acquisition any team has made in the offseason.
It's pretty good. I mean, in Pittsburgh, he was less, that vertical route runner, but they've turned him into something else in Dallas, and it's going to be hard to match up with, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, the Saints lost yesterday to the Chicago Bears. It's going to be a tough season, I think, for the Saints. And then it looks like McCoy, their all-pro center, may have torn his biceps, so that'll be a season-ending injury if that's the case. Yeah, boy, losing your center, that's probably the one offensive line position you can't afford to lose other than maybe your left tackle. But,
Well, they're vying for that first pick, and I say just crash and let it burn.
Looks like they may do that. If only they had taken Jackson Dart, huh?
Who's going to be the best quarterback in the draft this year?
I don't know. The kid from Vanderbilt looked pretty good on Saturday.
I saw the score.
LSU's in some trouble.
Ew.
Yeah. We're seeing some firing starting to happen in college football right now. You had Franklin the week before from Penn State. This week it's Billy Napier, the former UL coach who's been at Florida. He gets shown the door. A lot of fans unhappy with Coach Kelly at LSU. Do they have the will? More importantly, the money to fire him? We'll see. But fans expect more. That's just the bottom line these days. And it's going to get worse for college football because of how much money is involved now.
I am not an LSU fan. I'm not a Saints fan, but I hate it when they both stink.
Yeah.
Because it just kind of takes all the excitement out of the area.
Yeah, that's true.
You need one of them to be okay.
Yeah. Well, Saints fans could jump on the Colts bandwagon, I guess. They're 6-1. That's incredible. Would not have seen that coming.
I had no idea.
Coming into this year.
6-1.
6-1. On the other end, the Jets are 0-7.
They beat the Chargers, right?
Yeah. We were talking about the Giants, Jackson Dart. I mean, he looked really good, but he did have a bad interception in that game against Denver yesterday. So they were up 19-0, I think it was, going into the fourth quarter. They scored again, and they gave up 33 points and lost 33-32. 33 points in the fourth quarter. The Broncos scored on all 5 possessions they had in the quarter. That's just unbelievable. That's one of the worst losses I think I've seen in a while.
That's what I was waiting to happen to Dallas in the fourth quarter yesterday. Didn't materialize, but I was fully expecting it.
Well, it didn't help that Jaden Daniels got hurt, and we'll have to see how serious that injury will be. Got a couple more games in the NFL tonight. Houston is in Seattle, take on the Seahawks. Tampa is in Detroit to take on the Lions. They've been doing more of these Monday night doubleheaders, which...
Why?
I don't know. I really don't know, but previously they've been split, like one game starts at 6, one game starts at 7, but tonight I think it's 6 and 9. So instead of 6-7, it's 6-9. Steven gets it. But, so, and then there's a game 7 on network television tonight on Fox, Blue Jays and the Mariners playing the decisive game in the American League Championship Series, and the right to go on and get shredded by the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Who do you want to win?
I kind of been rooting for the Mariners just because they've never been to the World Series before. They've never had a World Series championship.
Really?
So I can relate.
They've never been to one.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, they were a franchise. In fact, both franchises, Blue Jays and Mariners, came into baseball in 1977. The Jays had a couple of World Series wins in the early 90s, but it's been a little bit of a drought since then. It'll be a fun game tonight.
I want to see the Blue Jays go.
You like the Blue Jays?
I just like the mascot.
Yeah, it is a cool
Blue Jays are
mascot.
cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. stepped up big time for the Blue Jays, who were, fortunately for them, able to sign him to a contract extension earlier this year. Otherwise, he would have been in some big market. I mean, Toronto's not a small market, and they are very competitive salary-wise. So, Of course, when you're only one of two teams in Canada, they're the only team in Canada right now.
Only team in Canada.
Yeah. I was thinking of the day of the Expos.
They're talking about bringing the Montreal team back.
Yeah, possibly expanding.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
The Expos was a great.
There's more than likely going to be a work stoppage in 2027 for baseball. Collective bargaining runs out, and just too much discrepancy right now.
As a true-blooded American, I still like the Expos better than the Nationals.
Oh, 100%.
So much cooler.
100%. Yeah, the Expos, like the late 70s, early 80s Expos, and then they had a great team in 94, the year that they had the lockout, because the collective bargaining agreement expired in like September or whatever that was. That was so bizarre. And the Expos, I think, had the best record in baseball that year, if I remember. But then after that, free agency blew it up, and they've never been the same.
Well, that's the team that drafted Tom Brady.
They did, as a matter of fact. Yeah. A couple of years ago, the Topps company, which owns the Bowman brand, put out a set of cards where they put Tom Brady baseball prospect cards in them, some of them autographed, and those were like red hot.
I bet.
Hot item. Now
and Tom Brady called the Cowboys game.
Yeah.
He's not a very good broadcaster.
You don't like him?
I don't like him.
No?
Not my.
Do you think Greg Olson did a better job?
Yes.
He was on the number one? Yeah.
Greg Olson's great.
So just because you and Greg Olson have similar beards, you liked him?
Do we now? I don't even know.
He's kind of got that, clean-shaven beard look.
I only hear him. I don't see him anymore.
Yeah, I know. He's like on the number 2 team. I'm not sure who they paired him up with, but yeah, I've heard mixed reviews on Brady.
He's not bad.
Yeah.
So am I. It's not as good as
What
Greg
about
Olson.
Romo? Do you like Romo?
Mm-hmm.
Of course you like Romo.
Well, I think so.
long
He
as
was
he's
like
not-
really novel for the first couple of years, but now people are kind of like used to it.
Right.
But I still think it's good.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's my favorite football player of all time.
Tony Romo is?
Mhm.
I did not know that.
I love him. I wanted him to win so bad, but didn't even come close.
I saw Staubach and Drew Pearson were at the game yesterday,
Oh, I didn't see that.
and they showed them Staubach throw a pass to him.
So I was watching. I just had a day of just nothingness yesterday.
Nothing.
It's been a day. It's been a long time since I've had those. And I watched King of the Hill marathons, and then I popped on the Cowboys game when it came on. And so there was an episode right before the Cowboys game. It was Hank won a competition with the beer company, Alamo Beer, to throw at the Saints-Cowboys game a 10-foot pass into like a small hole in a beer can.
Yeah.
And if he threw it and made it, it's $1 million. If you let Dandy Don throw it and he makes it, it's $100,000. And so he, at the last minute, let Don Meredith throw it, and Meredith left his jacket on, and he missed it barely. And Hank's like, "Oh, I wouldn't even take his jacket off." And he idolizes Meredith because he's a cute Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
And like tackles him. It's just great stuff. Great television.
You love King of the Hill.
It's a great show. Greatest show of all time.
Now, I know you also had a pretty fun, was it Saturday night, where I expected you to come in here this morning saying, "Arr, I'm a pirate."
Well, my wife and I are habitual procrastinators with like events.
I never noticed that with you.
With events.
Okay.
And
homework.
Yeah, don't get me started there. And so they told us for the Van Gogh gave us the
River Oaks.
River Oaks Square Art Center fundraiser. They're like, hey, you can dress up fancy, but people, it's like the biggest Halloween party of the year for adults, so people dress up.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we'll just wear a suit. Well, then my wife's aunt bought like a costume. And we're like, oh, this is awesome. So I went and got a costume Saturday morning, the day of the event.
Where do you get a costume on Saturday morning?
Spirits. And so
Spirits.
I didn't even, I went from like, I'll just get something easy to like, I'm going all out.
Mm-hmm.
And we went all out, and it was fun. It was good.
Yeah, I saw your costume. It was impressive. So you literally put that together Saturday morning, and then you went to the event Saturday night.
Saturday night. Yeah.
Wow. It's not a bad little costume.
It was good.
So you were a pirate, and your wife was
A mermaid thing.
a mermaid thing.
Something of that sort. Mermaid Queen.
Mermaid Queen. All right.
Because growing up, I didn't do the whole Halloween thing, so I enjoy the dressing up once in a while, even in my adult years. It's fun.
Yeah. Did you get any candy?
No, but they had really good brisket.
Did they?
Really good onion dip. It was heavy hors d'oeuvres.
Wow.
And open bar.
So it was a fundraiser?
Yeah, so they auction off art. So they get people in the community to partner up with an artist.
Okay.
To come up with some work of art, and they auction it off, and that's their fundraiser for the River Oaks Square Arts Center.
And you actually participated in a work of art, I understand.
Yeah, well, I partnered with Miss Anderson, and she did 99.9% of it. Not going to lie. Everything I did do, she had to come back and fix. 'Cause I'm not very artistic. Like, this is not my thing. So like, when it comes to painting, drawing.
So your stick figures weren't impressive.
They were not. So that was all her. She did a fantastic job. It was poodles, like, hunting ducks, because I have a poodle.
Oh.
And she had a poodle, and it just kind of made sense.
Yeah. Do poodles hunt ducks?
Apparently. Mine doesn't. Mine hunts kibbles out of a bone. They're great dogs, though.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of dogs. Standard poodles are the best dog I've ever owned.
Really?
Easily.
Really?
Very smart, easy to train. Ours is very very calm. It's a great dog.
Okay.
More well behaved than humans.
You didn't want to do any art of your daughter or anything?
No, I didn't even. I don't know. Can you imagine just someone like buying an art piece of my child?
That's
kind
true.
of weird.
Well, that would be. Yeah. Good point. Now they have an art piece of your dog.
That's right. I was gonna, you can auction it off or you could try and buy your own, and it got to like in the 400s. Like, I think someone's gonna really enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was a really good work of art. She did a great job.
Well, I'm glad you had a great weekend. Did you do anything fun Friday?
I don't know what I did Friday. Shoot. I don't remember. I have no idea. You? I know you were probably lamenting all weekend.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Couldn't you appreciate what they said was the greatest game ever played by a baseball player?
Yes, it was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane.
I'm joking. I wouldn't appreciate it at all.
Of course, it happens to us.
Yeah.
Had to happen to us.
What was it again? Like 3 home runs?
He had 3 home runs. We're talking about Shohei Ohtani. 3 home runs and pitched 6 innings with 10 strikeouts.
So is he going to be like the greatest baseball player of all time, probably?
He's got a chance. He's got a chance to be that, yeah. If he stays healthy.
So annoying.
Yeah. You cannot compare eras. What Babe Ruth did when he was a player, he was hitting 60 home runs when entire teams weren't hitting 60 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a completely different level. But what Ohtani's doing in a modern era where, most pitchers can only go 100 innings a game, or 100 pitches a game, and every 5 days rest. For Ohtani to do that and be a prolific hitter and can steal bases, what can you say? The guy's fantastic. He just is. So, Brewers ran into a buzzsaw. I give props to the way the Dodgers played. They should play that way. They spent a lot of money to put a team together like that. And
so there's no way they're going to lose this series?
The World Series? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I could see them winning 4-0 again. 4-0, 4-1 maybe.
This would be his second or third?
It would be his second.
Okay.
Yeah. Second year on the Dodgers, second World Series.
They went before, though, huh? Recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been a few times in the last 10 years or so.
Gotcha.
But
sorry.
Yeah, is what it is. Is what it is.
What are you going to do?
I know. I enjoy the season. Brewers had a great season. They surpassed every expectation. They weren't even picked to finish in the top 3 of the division. They had the best record in baseball. Fought through a lot of injuries. Used a lot of young guys who just maybe played over their head. And then as they did, just kind of reached the peak, I guess, with the win over the Cubs. But at least they beat the Cubs. We'll always have that.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was talking to my dad yesterday. He was over and he was worried about you.
Oh, he was?
Yeah,
oh.
He was asking about you.
I'm good.
Because he kind of has an affinity towards him after you took him. Because he doesn't care about baseball.
Right.
So he's like, oh, I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
And you could tell he wasn't like overly into the baseball season because they had the best record too in baseball. I was like, well,
yeah.
And I explained. So
yeah, I mean, they were a team that was built more. I mean, as it turned out, that they're the kind of team they had to go out every single night and fight and scrap, and just through that somehow ended up with the best record. But when you come up against a team that's so stacked like the Dodgers with, like I've been saying, 4 essentially number 1 starters, I mean, they do what they could, but there wasn't much they could do.
I think that they're just trying to get into the tournament.
I mean, the Dodgers dismantled the Phillies. The Phillies were a great team this year, and they spent a lot of money.
No.
So we'll see. But anyway, we'll take a break. More Talkback coming up.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Amazon Web Services experienced an outage this morning that affected a number of companies around the world. Amazon is the most popular cloud provider globally, underpinning a large chunk of the internet. Amazon Web Services accounts for about a third of the cloud market, meaning any outage has a major ripple effect. Amazon says the service has recovered. Turning to trading, stocks are kicking off the week with gains. The U.S. and China return to the negotiating table this week over trade. Frictions are easing, and that's helping to boost sentiment. S&P futures are rising 21 points, Dow futures gaining 90. And workers say having DEI on a resume can be a career killer. Just a few years ago, working in diversity, equity, and inclusion made a person a hot commodity in corporate America. DEI specialists tell Bloomberg they're getting fewer interviews. New postings for diversity roles have been approximately cut in half this year from 2019, according to Revelio Labs. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
Did you know you could be missing out on some of the coolest events in town? With the Rapides Parish Library's easy online calendar, you get instant access to workshops, painting classes, book clubs, and more, right from your phone or computer. Just click, search, sign up, and show up. Unlock a world of learning, events, fun, and online access, all with your RPL library card. Visit rpl.org and get connected today.
Well, the week off to a chilly start, but it's not going to stick around for long. Sunny skies today, 84 the afternoon high, with south to southeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Clear tonight, nowhere near as cool as last. 63 the overnight low. And then for Tuesday, partly cloudy in the morning, and chances of scattered showers in the afternoon. Highs will be 81. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talkback.
All right, we are back on this Community Media Day, an annual celebration of local TV, newspapers, and radio. A recent survey found local media was both the most trusted source of information and ranks as the most important.
We are very important.
Yes, we are.
Gosh darn it.
We celebrate our importance every day, don't we?
We do. We like to laud ourselves. Is that even the right word?
Yes, that is.
Okay,
very good. Very good. You learned something in college.
Speaking of community media, you're frozen on our community media online.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, let's try this again. I don't know why it does that. I know it happens from time to time.
We'll add you back in there. We're good.
All right. Thanks for letting me know. All right. Our number, 318-442-8255 on the BOM Bank Talk line. Let's get to the phones this morning. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for taking my call. I don't know if y'all noticed, but this weekend, 348 million Americans did not go to a No Kings protest. But I do want to, in local media day, I want to give KALB props. They actually went to one in Leesville. I don't know if they didn't have any in Ellick or whatever, but they gave the other side a chance to speak, and they got a man who did a great job. He was obviously passing by. He was still in his vehicle when they interviewed him, but he did a great job in in giving the rights version of events, and so I want to give them props for that. I want people to notice that, you know, if we had a king, if Trump was a king, we wouldn't be killing babies. If Trump was a king, then men wouldn't be going into women's sports or restrooms. You know, if Trump was a king, the government would be open. It wouldn't be shut. It just seems so silly. And I guess it was the Democrats' only play. You know, he's won on the border. He's shutting down. He's, you know, got the hostages out in Gaza. And I guess they're trying to stay relevant. I don't know why they think the ultimate No Kings rally is July 4th. We have it every year, you know.
True.
And we've lived that we've proved that people could govern themselves successfully for 250 years. That is a massive thing. And we need to be thankful that we're the country in the world. You know, I mean, what is it? What are we at? 3% of the world's population? It's dwindling as the population grows. There's not much. And yet, you know, man, we've got blessings galore because of people who decided not to have a king and to work out our situation through reasoned debate. And so, anyways, I just wanted to put that in. I know they made a lot to do of it on the national news, but I didn't see any in our local area. I wish I would have. I would have gone and discussed things with them. But
speaking of local media, you obviously did not see Steven's Facebook page this weekend or send a lot of broadcast.
Dave blocked me.
Oh, Dave blocked you?
No, I didn't block you. I would never block you. No, I didn't see it. What was it? What happened?
No, he had a protest on Jackson Street.
He covered the local one downtown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that one. No, I'm sorry. One of my boys came and spent the weekend here with his wife and 2 kids. And look, man, I was in hog heaven all weekend long. I wasn't thinking about Democrats. But I did. When I knew the protests were coming up, I was hoping if I did get out and about that I would see one, and I didn't see one. Where was it? Was it downtown?
Jackson, by the Jackson Street Bridge. Alexandria side. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think they've had protests there before. Yeah. Well, how many people were there?
I don't know how to guess. Probably over 100, I guess.
Okay.
I would say it was more than I'd expect in Alexandria. You know what I mean? But it wasn't a lot. Yeah. Does that make sense?
What was with the guy with the alligator humping him from behind? The shot that you
I think he was tap dancing. I don't know if he was.
That's what I mean. If you guys see the video, that's exactly what it looks like.
What upset me in Alexandria was when we had the after October 7th, 2023, when the Palestinian terrorists attacked the Jews, and we had those Muslim protests within, you know, all over America, and we had a sizable one here in Alexandria on Jackson Street Extension, and that really bothered me. That changed my buying habits drastically. But anyways, thanks for letting me speak. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I went into a place where I used to buy my tires and have my oil changed, and they were playing Al Jazeera, and you know, that was enough for me. I said, never mind. And I just found a new place. I changed my own oil now. I'm retired, so I can do that. But anyway, y'all have a great day.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll come right back.
KSYL.
Ready for the ultimate game day? This football season, Southern Air and LSU Athletics want you as the Southern Air fan of the game. Each week, one lucky winner scores 4 LSU home game tickets, VIP hospitality, pregame sideline access, and the chance to cheer on the Tigers. Plus, all winners are entered to win a brand new side-by-side at season's end. Enter now at southernairnow.com or Southern Air's Facebook page. Southern Air, cooling, heating, plumbing, and generators. Learn more at southernairnow.com. Go Tigers.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
You know that expression, put a little spring in your step? Well, whoever said it must have been talking about Glide Step hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with Glide Step, you get a pillow-like soft landing, then an explosive takeoff. It makes walking feel effortless. So springy, it's almost like you're floating. And speaking of effortless, have you tried hands-free Skechers Slip-ins technology? Just step in and instantly your shoes are on. No bending down and no touching. Try Glide Step hands-free Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I'm opening my own coffee shop.
I smell a caffeinated catastrophe.
And I needed menu boards and banners printed.
What you really needed was a reality check.
Staples really came through. They printed menus and signs, even flyers in time for my grand opening.
And that's when the other shoe dropped.
Not quite. I got $125 off my custom print order.
Cha-ching! For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online. Ins 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
For the city. This group loves to compete. This group's not going to back down from anybody.
We bleed.
A lot of joy competing with these kids.
Tech Blue.
And I know we're going to fight and scratch and claw to compete for Conference USA Championship.
Join us Tuesday. Tech returns to Ruston to face the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Our coverage begins at 5 on your home for Bulldogs football.
Louisiana Tech football, exclusively in Cenla on 94.7 ESPN.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talkback.
All right, we're back with you, Alan Steven, here on Talkback. So getting back to what our previous caller called in about, you covered the local No Kings rally, and that was downtown. Was that Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday.
You said about 100 people showed up?
I don't want to put a false estimate out there, but it was a decent amount.
Yeah,
I'd say, for Alexandria.
I mean, looking at your video, most of the crowd kind of older white people. Is that fair to say?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
There was a good mix, I'd say.
That seemed to be what you saw around the country. Was for whatever reason a lot of older white people. At least that's what I've seen reported. Looking at. Well, after I watched your story, I got, my Facebook feed all of a sudden was popping up with No Kings rallies coverage from around the country, mostly through like local television stations. And I noticed looking at the comments that 98% of them were kind of making fun of it, were kind of demeaning it, were kind of pointing out some obvious things like we don't actually have a king. Ironies like countries like Great Britain and Sweden had No Kings rallies when they're countries that actually have kings, things like that. So I don't know. Do you think it'll make much of a difference?
I don't know. I really don't know. The comeback is we have no kings, but I think they're saying that he's trying to act like a king.
Yeah,
so it's more of like, but other than the semantics of it, it's just what you'd expect, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
In the retorts to it or the comebacks to it or what you would expect.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Kind of marking it as silly, a waste of time. People need to get a job, this kind of thing.
Well, it's Saturday.
You hear both sides.
It's Saturday. If you're going to have a job and protest, Saturday's a good day, right?
You have a good protest. Just make sure it's on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Or a Sunday. And just don't burn the buildings down or whatever.
Right.
So, only throw tea in the harbor. That's about it.
That's all we're allowed to do. But
everyone was cool. I mean, for when I was there, I wasn't there long. You know,
I'm sure they
being nice.
I'm sure they appreciated you covering.
Another comeback too is that it was people bust in, paid protesters, and I think people know it's not.
Yeah.
Or maybe they don't.
Yeah.
It's just the typical comeback. I knew a lot of them out there. They're community people.
I saw your story had over 1,500 comments.
It blew up.
That's a lot for a local area.
And I was going to debate bringing this up, but I'm just reminding people, and I'm sure everyone knows, the sponsors on my videos don't sponsor the events that I cover. They sponsor on my news product.
Yeah.
And that's it. They just sponsor that.
Right. And how do you decide that? You just is it like a rotation?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. Some are on a heavier rotation.
So you don't look at the event and say, oh, I should or shouldn't put this sponsor on this?
No.
It just kind of randomly falls?
Yep. It was their turn to be up.
So in this case, he's talking about McAdoo's, which is an HVAC service locally. And the owner of that company calls into our show from time to time. He's a loyal listener.
Awesome guy.
And I thought they did a really classy way of responding to it as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously people were, their comment was, for what it's worth, McAdoo is a supporter of Cenla Broadcasting and Stephen Maxwell TV. They do a wonderful job bringing all news stories in Cenla to the people here. We support our local broadcasters and free press. This is not an endorsement of any rally or political event. We happily support our local news and are happy to see the engagement with our local media.
Awesome response, awesome people who run that place. And
yeah,
my only response to the whole thing is, after a weekend of me going on there talking with people, is just, maybe sometimes I shouldn't, but I just don't want them to create the narrative that it's some sort of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to put it out there. But if there's a pro-Trump rally and there's 20 people lined up down Jackson, I'm going to be there.
Of course you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Unless you don't tell me about it.
Right.
I got to know about it.
Right. Yeah.
And there's also comments like, well, you're giving them attention. This is still an advertisement. You're giving them what they want. I was like, it's a nationwide protest.
Right.
That has Alexandria involved in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Pretty much a no-brainer.
My feeling on it, like when I see a story like that pop up, is I'll look at it and be like, okay. And then I just move on. If it's something I don't like or don't agree with, I'm not going to let it impact my day. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I have political opinions.
Sure you do.
And I cover things that I don't agree with all the time.
Right.
All the time.
Right.
I don't get rear end hurt over it, so.
Yeah.
But
I hated seeing there was somewhere like, oh, we're never doing business with them again. It's like,
that's the only thing that bothered me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If they're going to come after the reporters or each other, I mean, that's one thing.
Right.
But when they go after the company, that drives me nuts.
Exactly.
But anyway, I mean, it was just a short video.
It wasn't even like a minute long.
Yeah, last time I went, I interviewed some people.
Yeah.
And we heard we know what they're about.
Right.
And there were some pro-Trump people at the last one I went to in June.
Yeah.
I interviewed them. And they told me about it. There just weren't any yesterday when I was there.
Well, I was going to say, I felt like the one in June, there was more build up to it as far as we saw a little more promotion of it. I didn't even know that there was going to be a local one. I didn't see that anywhere. So not sure how you saw it. I guess you're more aware than I.
Well, yeah.
But you kind of have to be right now. That's your job.
Yeah.
I've got other jobs.
It was, I think, the first time it was a little bit more novel, and he was just elected a couple months ago, and now we're just kind of getting used to it.
Right.
And it reminds me of the first 4 years, and people are trying to move on and live life, and not saying your right to protest isn't important, because I think it really is. And,
absolutely.
But it's just everyday Americans are just kind of moving on.
Yeah, I 100% support people's right to protest. I think with this couple of things, number one, making sure that nothing gets violent. There's no need for that. And I was disappointed seeing some of the images from around the country. Like, I can't remember where it was, Chicago or somewhere. There was a lady, as the people were driving by, I guess they were Charlie Kirk supporters, and she was making fun of them, like holding like her finger to her neck like a gun and like, blowing up the neck. I'm like, what is that? Like, why would you do stuff like that?
Anytime you get big crowds together, like if you go to a Cowboys game, you're going to have fights.
That's true.
Like, it's just plain and simple.
Yeah, or Dodgers games.
Yeah. I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Those, every time the Eagles would come to town in Dallas, it was a couple fights. You can guarantee it.
Trump's response to it yesterday was pretty short. He just said, I'm not a king. I work my butt off to make our country great. So.
And people know how I think sometimes on this show.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever he was talking about Maduro on Friday.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I don't even think we can play it on air.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that statement.
I don't think so either.
Because the reporters like, Maduro is offering up everything you've asked for, plus some. And then Trump basically responds, well, of course he is. He doesn't want to F with the United States.
That's right.
But he said the word.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, I did see Trump posted a video where it was like AI, where he's wearing a crown and he gets in like a fighter jet and he dumps bunch of poop on the crowd.
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see that one?
No.
It was interesting. But somebody posted a meme. They're not going to call it the Gulf of Exploding Cartel members.
They, and me and you are politically involved, and we love the news. But sometimes it's just exhausting.
Yeah,
I think they do it on purpose.
Yeah,
to get you exhausted and not care.
Right.
So you gotta rejuvenate.
Yeah, and it gets you off. It distracts people from what's really important that's going on, I believe.
What's really important?
There are bigger issues in the world. What's going on in the Middle East? What's going on with protecting the border? What's going on with the economy? What's going on with even the government shutdown? How that's affecting, especially people who draw their checks. But yeah, so
I saw there was some more. I saw it this morning, a couple of minutes ago, fighting in Israel.
Yeah, from what I saw over the weekend, it's you still had continued violence in Gaza, mostly among the Palestinians themselves, and then there was an incident that they did toward Israel. Then when Israel responded, it seemed like the response of Israel is the only thing getting the attention there. Kind of like in the NFL, where you see players get in a fight, and then the referee only sees the second one and calls the penalty on that guy.
No,
it feels like what's going on right now. But yeah, it's far from over, and the Palestinians, Hamas is being very slow to return the hostages. So we'll see. It's tenuous for sure. All right, we need to take a break. We'll come back with more.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter. At the clinics, your health is our priority. Whether it's a routine checkup or ongoing care, we are here for you. Dr. Noah Miller, our newest family medicine physician, along with 5 other dedicated family physicians, are now accepting new patients. Schedule your appointment today. And remember, if you're ever admitted to the hospital, our doctors will see you there too. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The Clinics, 1587 North Bolton, 445-9823, online at theclinics.us.
Central Louisiana has what it takes. Strong workforce, perfect location, and a legacy of getting things done. That's why Beaver Lake Renewable Energy is producing clean fuel in Pineville, investing $2.5 billion, bringing 1,100 construction jobs, 600 permanent jobs, and millions in local tax revenue. Made here, powered by us. Visit BeaverLakeEnergy.com and see how we're putting Central Louisiana back on the map.
Is your website accessible to everyone? If it's not WCAG compliant, you could be excluding customers and opening yourself up to lawsuits. At Kinetics, we build and optimize websites that meet WCAG accessibility standards, helping you serve more people, convert more customers, and stay compliant with ADA guidelines. Don't risk it. Get your free website accessibility assessment today at kinetics.solutions. That's kinetics.solutions. Kinetics, where smart marketing works.
Craig's Cleaners is now looking for some good employees. In particular, Craig's is looking for people with cashier experience and who have a valid driver's license. It's a pretty sweet job, too. Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. with no weekends. Wow. That's right. Here's your chance for every weekend off. Wow. So if you're interested in working for Craig's Cleaners, please apply in person at Craig's main location at 1746 Elliott Street, Alexandria.
Life is good. You're home, relaxing with your family, when all of a sudden, a cockroach runs across your counter. It's time to call Pest Aid. Pest Aid Company is locally owned and operated and has been keeping Sinlaw homes and businesses pest-free for decades. So when the pests start running in your home, call Pest Aid Company for a treatment, or they'll sell you what you need to do it yourself. Make life good again with Pest Aid Company. Like them on Facebook.
Talkback. To take part of the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
All right, we're back. Alan Stephen with you here on this Monday morning. One thing of note happening later today at the White House, 3 o'clock, the LSU Shreveport baseball team will be honored for their perfect season last year when they went undefeated and won the NAIA baseball championship. If you were still working in that Shreveport station, you think they would have sang?
No. Chris Demergen goes. He's a sports guy.
Oh, He's a cool guy, too.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Happy for him to get to go.
Yeah, he's enjoying it. I've been watching his videos and his pictures over there.
Oh, he's already there?
Yeah, he's there.
Oh, okay.
He went there yesterday.
I'll have to check him out. I don't know if I follow him on Twitter. We watch him on Twitter or
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. What's his name again? Chris
Demerjen. I don't know how to spell Demerjen. It's very complicated. DEMEIRJIDAN, something like that. He used to work in Monroe for a couple of years. And
yeah.
He said back in the day he was a avid listener of Q93 because it would pick up over there.
Really?
Yeah. So he goes, it's weird listening to you or seeing you here now when I listen to you on the radio.
How about
2014?
That? Wow. So he was at NSU? Or where did he go to school?
I think ULM.
Oh, ULM? They picked up Q93 on ULM?
Apparently. Wow.
Huh. How about that?
Thought it was weird.
Yeah. All right, everyone. We got much more to come up on the show, so we hope you'll stay with us. And we'll take more of your calls in hour number 2 here on our Monday Talkback.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenla Broadcasting. AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. If you're counting, the government shutdown has just entered day 20. Sources tell CBS News Senate Republicans have been invited to lunch at the White House tomorrow. On the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders spoke on CBS Mornings.
You know what's going on right now in the House? The Speaker of the House, Mr. Johnson, has given his people a 5-week vacation. They're not even in Washington, D.C.
CBS's Michael Toscano reports from Washington.
The federal judiciary has exhausted its funds and will begin curtailing non-essential tasks and furloughing some of its 30,000 employees nationwide, while requiring others to work without pay. The Supreme Court was expected to run out of money over this past weekend. The building is closed to non-official visitors, but the justices will handle work functions such as hearing oral arguments and issuing orders and opinions.
Special envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are back in Israel to oversee a fragile ceasefire after CBS 60 Minutes asked the two whether Israel is guilty of genocide in Gaza.
No, absolutely not. No, there was a war being fought.
Over the weekend, Israel said it hit multiple targets in Gaza after 2 IDF soldiers were killed. President Trump suggests rebels within Hamas may be to blame for the soldiers' deaths. Saturday's live fire exercise celebrating the U.S. Marines' birthday wound up hitting an unintended target.
The California Highway Patrol says shrapnel hit one of its cars. No one was hurt. The Marines canceled remaining live fire over the highway. I-5 had been closed at the time. These drivers less than thrilled.
Traffic was terrible, but we just avoided it.
This is not great for the people. It's inconvenient.
The exercise was part of a White House-sanctioned Marine Corps 250th anniversary celebration at Camp Pendleton. California Governor Gavin Newsom called it reckless and a vanity project. Peter King, CBS News.
Amazon's bouncing back from a major power outage that knocked out popular apps and websites worldwide. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
The website Down Detector, it tracks web outages, reported issues with dozens of major sites like Amazon, Venmo, Spectrum, Ring, Verizon, Coinbase.
Cyber attack not suspected. The crew rushed to put out the flames when a lithium battery caught fire on a flight from China to South Korea. CBS's Chris Van Cleve reports incidents keep popping up despite a crackdown at airports.
Air China says there were no injuries from this weekend's incident. In August, the FAA issued a safety alert to airlines about managing all of those batteries that passengers bring on the airplanes, encouraging airlines to review and update their emergency procedures.
Dow futures up 142. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Jeff Palermo. The Louisiana legislature returns to Baton Rouge on Thursday for a special session that could result in the pushing back of the qualifying period and the primary election dates for the 2026 federal elections. Advocate political reporter Tyler Bridges said on Talk Louisiana on WRKF that the U.S. Supreme Court could rule the state's current congressional map is unconstitutional, but when that ruling will come down is unknown.
There's a hope that they're going to rule by December 8th because of the election schedule in Texas, but nobody can say that for certain. So there are various contingency plans that the legislature will be coming up with.
U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy has reported $9.5 million in cash on hand for his re-election bid. Political analyst Bernie Pitsenat.
A lot of details yet to emerge from this campaign, but having $10 million and the ability to raise more, of course, is a big deal for Cassidy.
Two of his main challengers, Blake Miguez and John Fleming, each have $2 million on hand. LRN.
You too could have a beautiful smile in as little as 12 weeks. Exclusive to Today's Dental in Pineville, Virtual Align Clear Aligners, the fastest, most convenient, affordable way to straighten your teeth for people on the go. Plus, they're invisible. No one will know you're doing it. Experience the Virtual Align difference. Call Today's Dental at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. 448-4540.
Well, the week off to a chilly start, but it's not going to stick around for long. Sunny skies today, 84 the afternoon high with south-southeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Clear tonight, nowhere near as cool as last. 63 the overnight low. And then for Tuesday, partly cloudy in the morning. A chance of some scattered showers in the afternoon. Highs will be 81. From the Zenlaw Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Here on hour number 2 of Talkback on your Monday. Al Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell on this National Chicken and Waffles Day. You like chicken and waffles, Stephen?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Really?
I enjoy it. Yeah. It's a solid choice for breakfast.
Okay.
Not good for the arteries, but it's good.
You do eat rather healthily, don't you?
Not really lately. Good Lord. It's been pretty bad. I try.
Yeah.
You gotta enjoy the good food. Keeps you going. And it takes some of that craving away once in a while.
There you go. Now I'm hungry for breakfast.
I could go for it.
Yeah.
I had cereal with
cereal?
protein Fairlife milk.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, at least you got your protein.
They say Fairlife is something bad with the cows. I don't know. But the milk is really good.
Something bad with the cows?
Like mistreating cows or something. I'm not sure.
Really?
So
that's utterly ridiculous.
I
don't
know if I should laugh. I don't know how bad the accusations are.
I don't want to milk any more jokes out of
Let me look at the news stories before I laugh at that joke.
Okay.
I'll get back with that laugh on there.
Okay. Yes. That story could move you.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to take you out to pasture.
All right. 318-442-8255 is our phone number. We'd love to talk with you, and we have a lot more things we'll be getting to on the show here for today, but feel free to call in and guide the conversation the way you want to. Let's take a call this morning. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
You know, I've noticed on your presentations, I rarely hear about crime in the area. And the first thing I see when I turn on KALB at noon and at 5 o'clock is the latest altercations that have taken place. Mm-hmm. And I recall that Stephen had interviewed the mayor, and the mayor was unhappy about the negative things being on the news and preferred to see positive things. It seems like to me there ought to be sort of a combination of the two.
So you're saying that you never hear us talk about some of the things that take place?
Well, that's correct. I mean, in terms of your news, not necessarily you and Stephen, but the news. The first thing I see on KALB is the sheriff or the police are asking for information about the latest shooting, the latest altercation. And bad things are happening, and we should know about them.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we do talk about those things quite a bit, actually, especially if it's something major like a shooting or other incidents. Now, we may not harp on it the entire show. So if someone only catches one point of our show, they may not hear everything that we've talked about in a given day.
Are you talking about like some of my news coverage? You don't think I cover the crime enough? Is that what it is?
Hello? Oh, guess he's gone. I don't know. I don't
ambulance chase, so.
Yeah. I feel like as I look through your feed, there are plenty of times where you're doing updates on things that have happened, if it's an arrest or things of that sort.
I mean, we've made this clear, and, certain outlets, if there's some sort of emergency call, they're going to always be out there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to always be at those.
Yeah.
There's a couple reasons.
Right.
1, I have a life.
Yeah.
2, I have a life. And 3, I have a daughter. I can't go to every emergency situation.
Yeah.
If it's bad enough, if it's a big fire, if it's a
you went to
shooting,
the bank robbery in Forest Hill, right?
Yeah. I cover, if I know it's a big story, I'll go. Or if Pineville Police share something that says, hey, we need your help, I'll share it, or I'll do a story. It just depends on the importance of it, I guess. I mean, everything's important, but
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You tend to focus on stories a little bit more, maybe impact is your number one news criteria.
Impact, or I try and like for example, I say this, if you follow all the news outlets here in Central Louisiana, you're getting a decent overview of what's going on. Some people are going to be at the ones that are at every crime scene.
Yeah.
Some that are doing their own thing. And I was the only one at several of these meetings where they discussed important things with city government and parish government.
You were the only one at the police jury meeting where they said that they're going to be suing Acadia.
Yes. And then I was the only one at the mayor's State of the City address. And I'm not saying that like I'm better. It's just I was.
Right.
And if you follow everyone, you get a good overview. I'm just not going to go to every crime scene or every emergency response scene.
Yeah.
But I'll go if I know it's big enough, if I can.
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, if you're just covering those things, and we talked about it last week, you're not telling the full story of Central Louisiana. And I can't do it by myself. I understand that. But I try and give a good balanced view of what's going on. I'm not ignoring bad things. I'm not ignoring good things,
Yeah, you're making a choice of what you cover every day, and you can only do so much as one person.
Yeah. Like there's a story today dealing with Alexandria City Council. That's going to take a lot of time for me. And so if it's a big story like that, it's going to take me from getting some other things. But it's just, you got to balance that out every week.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, like I've always felt it's most important to get stories that impact people, either the most or the most people.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm just not about going, and that's good. If you want to see, and people like it, obviously. If you want to see the latest crime scene or the latest, here where the cops are today, you could find that.
Yeah.
I just don't know what good. I've never enjoyed consuming those things, so maybe that's the only bias I have. Is like, man, I really hate looking at those things.
Yeah.
I don't want to cover it all the time.
Right.
I know it's important. I know people are nosy,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just not going to go to every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's what you like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what stories I'm going to get out of that every single time I go.
Right.
People like it. People like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're always open to suggestions, constructive criticism, how we can be better, what do we need to do differently.
And look, remember when I was younger and we went to a horrible wreck out in Grant Parish?
I do.
And I had to I filmed it, went live, and then it's just like, well, the family, just too, like if the family is going to see this before and it's not really impacting other people's lives greatly, like maybe we just wait and don't blast people online or put people's most horrible situations online without context, without the story, or doing it to where we don't create more harm than's already been done, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
But we're not ignoring anything. The city doesn't tell me what to do if anyone thinks that. So. They definitely don't do that.
There are people, I'm sure, that think that.
Well, we discussed that last week, didn't we?
That's right, yeah.
You know, it's just, it couldn't be farther from the truth.
Right. As you pointed out last week, if anything, at times the relationship gets adversarial. Not that we're trying to be that way. But,
and it isn't.
Right.
Now.
Right.
I mean, if anything, there's stories that I do that I wish I didn't have to do, but I have to do them.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes doing news that might be critical of someone in this town is very tough because it's such a small town.
Yeah.
And that person's cousin could be making your burger. Or you see him in Kroger the next day. But it's just what we have to do.
You know, an example of a couple months ago, you reported a story where one of the police jury members, some of his crew members were taken into custody by ICE, right? And that brought on you some heat.
Yeah. I don't enjoy things like that.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't happen. I hate doing it.
You're not doing it to be a bad guy or to... I mean, but it is the news, and the public has a right to know, especially if it involves public officials.
And I'm not trying to be Mr. Victim over here, but if, you know, people are like, oh, you're just doing it for clicks, you're doing it for this. I'm like, no, I'm not. It doesn't do that much for me at the end of the day.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It is what it is. But I'm starting to become like a victim here, and that's what I'm saying. It's just, we try and do stories that are...
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to cast you or give you a chance to... Well, look at me, poor me. I'm just trying to let you explain to people more from a journalistic perspective of why you cover the things you do the way you cover the things you do.
I think it's honestly easier to do this job in like a Chicago. Because you don't run into people all the
time. Yeah, no doubt. And if someone doesn't like what you're doing, guess what? They could go out and do the same thing themselves.
You can send it to my complaint department. I'll give you the email if you call me. But I'm not going to give you the number.
Exactly. All right. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Morning.
Hey, good morning.
A few comments about the King business. I'm looking at a page from the newspaper a couple of days ago, full page.
Wait, they still print newspapers? Just kidding.
Huh?
I said they still print newspapers? Just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is. I'm one of the, I don't understand it, but I had many years reading newspapers, and I was a newspaper boy years ago, and for some dumb reason, I'm still taking the paper. But at any rate.
I love newspapers.
Me too.
I miss them.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a couple days ago, I guess Friday or so, there was a full page ad for this peacefully protesting our false king. Full page ad. There are like 10. I just wondered. I added them up. Anyway, it's like 10 commandments that constitute this revolt against this false king.
Okay.
And of course, the false king is obviously Trump.
Right.
Anyway, he's declared war on our Constitution and our rule of law and our federal courts. He has sought absolute, unchecked power. He has proclaimed the free press to be the enemy of the people. He has invented false emergencies to seize power that he does not have. He has unleashed the military in our cities without our consent. He has sent masked and unidentified men to abduct us. He has undermined various and he has undermined vaccines and dismantled the agencies that protect us from plagues putting Americans' lives at risk. He has abused the power of the presidency to attack and prosecute his political opponents.
So, not to cut you off, but you said this was a full-page ad is it the Town Talk?
Correct.
And does it say who sponsored the ad or who's responsible for it?
Well, it says paid advertisement, and it's something provided by something called Home of the Brave, and well, let me finish. He has attempted to stifle our speech and our silence for dissent, and he has exploited the office to enrich himself, his family, and his friends, and paid for by Home of the Brave USA, www.ofthebrave.org. That's a full-page ad in the Town Talk a couple days ago, and I mean, God, that's and another news item in the Town Talk was a listing. I didn't take that. I think I trashed that. But anyway, there was a considerable listing of cities in Louisiana that were having scheduled some sort of protests along these lines.
Right.
And but I'm bewildered as to how people can get caught up in some kind of pretty flimsy movements. So anyway, I thought since it sounded as though nobody seemed to be aware that there was such a, I mean, this is a full page ad.
Yeah.
So anyway, kind of interesting.
All right.
So I thought I would try and provide that necessary information for everybody.
No, really appreciate it. Thanks for letting us know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So long.
A full page ad in the local newspaper that probably, if I had to guess, the continued subscribership is probably skewing 60 plus in average age. Might explain the way the crowd was from that. But I looked up that organization. He's talking about Home of the Brave. It's from an organization called ofthebrave.org. And I was looking at the people that are on, I guess their board, when you go to the about, the people that are on their organization or support their organization. George Conway, remember him? He's the husband of Kellyanne Conway, known Trump hater. Ambassador Susan Rice, former national security advisor under President Trump. Bill Kristol, that's not a shock if you've been following him.
So all conservatives.
Yes, right. Hardly. I don't think Susan Rice is a conservative.
Who's Susan? Oh, I was thinking of Condoleezza.
No, Rice. Yeah. Harry Dunn, former Capitol Police officer. Yeah. So
look, I mean, is it shocking? Half the country believes the other side is fascist. The other believes the other side is communist. Like, this is where we're at.
Yeah.
This is the way it is.
So true. Hey, we're a little behind on time. We'll come back and take more calls right after this.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
Central Louisiana has what it takes. Strong workforce, perfect location, and a legacy of getting things done. That's why Beaver Lake Renewable Energy is producing clean fuel in Pineville, investing $2.5 billion, bringing 1,100 construction jobs, 600 permanent jobs, and millions in local tax revenue. Made here, powered by us. Visit BeaverLakeEnergy.com and see how we're putting Central Louisiana back on the map.
Blended families, bonus children, and co-parenting can bring amazing experiences, but it can also be overwhelming and complicate your estate plan. How can families navigate the process when entering into this wonderful journey? I'm George Fine with Fine Legal Services. When it comes to your family's questions, our team can make planning for the future seamless and transparent. Call your Alexandria, Louisiana attorneys, George Fine and Jeremy Cedars, at 318-767-2226 to learn more, or visit fine-lawyers.com.
LSBA number LA2316294.
Hi, I'm Rhett with Entergy Louisiana, and I'm a customer too. I'm proud to say that our rates are 33% below the national average. Every day, our team is focused on keeping costs lower for you. We take affordability personally because this is our home too. So we work harder and smarter to fight rising costs while also improving reliability for years to come. This isn't just my job, it's a commitment to my community. Together, we power life. Entergy.
A message from Israel Air Conditioning and Heating.
Yeah, my mama, she told me to pick up and call Israel Air.
She told me Israel Air. She told me.
She said they'll come running with comfort beyond compare.
And a very fair price.
Because you know we're all about your comfort, no troubles. Call 442-6657. That's 442-6657. We're all about your comfort.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yeah, the reason I cut off was I had an incoming call that I had to take.
Okay.
But changing the subject completely, the Laborde Earls Coliseum Conference Center, whatever it's called, didn't they pay something like $500,000 to put their names on that location?
I believe you're correct, yes.
Well, what went with the money, or what is going with the money? Is it police jury money? If it's police jury money, maybe they can fix some of our roads.
I don't know. That might be an apples and oranges situation where if the money has gone to the venue itself, you can't use it for something different. But I really don't know. Yeah, $550,000 was the amount. Hang on. I'm trying to click on this article and see. Anyway, I'll try to read up on it and give you an answer on what they're putting the money toward. So do you feel like it hasn't been going toward improving the Coliseum or bringing better events?
I have no idea what the money's being used for.
Gotcha.
It's just an awful lot of money, and it seems like to me it ought to be wisely spent.
Yeah. No, of course.
Especially, I'm surprised they don't have their pictures on the front of that building. Those big grins saying, "We got you $1 billion."
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Again, 318-442-8255.
The Coliseum for 20 years has been the biggest political football in Central Louisiana.
Yes.
You get both sides too, right? Like, you know, what do you get out of it? And two, like if we don't have a venue creating some sort of quality of life,
it's
going to be hard to do anything. for the people who live here and to attract other businesses or industry from moving here. I don't know what he's talking about, though.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go to another call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yeah, but just don't start tracing, all the old family members that are involved in that Coliseum, or it'll just make you mad, and all your disappointments will be down the drain,
Of course, I remember when they passed the tax for the Coliseum to renovate it. That was the last straw for our good friend Charlie Brown down in Avoyelles Parish. He was living in Rapides Parish. At that point, he's like, I'm out. And he moved to Avoyelles Parish.
Yeah, but, you got these old family names that are right there involved in all of that, and then we rub shoulders with every one of them, and anyhow, it's a long story and a nasty story at that, it's just it's best maybe to keep it under against one another. But anyway, I seen something interesting on Jambalaya this morning. They was talking about eliminating some of the SNAP benefits, and they had a lady on there, and she was saying, her last statement was, "Isn't this the land of the free?" So that puts freedom in a whole different category, does it not? Home of the free means stuff's supposed to be free. And I never looked at it like that, but I guess there's a whole segment of the population who thinks it is.
That's a good point.
Was that really?
If it wasn't the truth, she wouldn't have said it,
That was clever.
Isn't this the land of the free?
The land of the free lunch?
Obviously.
Wow. Okay, I had not heard that take on land of the free before, but
well, it hadn't crossed my mind until this morning. Around 5:30 or whatever, when I seen it for myself. So,
right.
She was talking about having to pay for stuff now, some of it, and and her comment was, isn't this the land of the free? So,
well,
maybe our wordsmithing is, some people see it one way and maybe we see it the other.
Mm-hmm. Maybe so.
Give you something to think about there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I guess
have a great day.
Thanks. You too.
We could reinterpret the Constitution now. I think we should go back and do that. Makes a whole lot of sense.
You get free stuff, and you get free stuff. I mean, if you really think about it, all across the board, there are people benefiting. It's not titled free. It's titled things like subsidies or other things, right? I mean, yeah.
I don't know. It's just such a big program with different people being benefited or helped out. It's just hard to lump it all into one thing. So
I've just never been smart enough to figure out how to tap into all that.
I'm sure you just sign up. I don't know.
I'll start an NGO.
You could.
Oh, sorry, we had another call coming in, but they're gone. All right, we need to take a break anyway. We'll come right back.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Some positivity on Wall Street this morning as trade tension appears to ease a bit. Amazon Web Services has recovered after a disruption degraded services for customers, including government agencies and financial platforms and dozens of other companies. Robinhood, Coinbase, Fortnite, Alexa, Snapchat, Facebook, WhatsApp, Disney Plus, the McDonald's app, Reddit, United Airlines, AT&T, and Roblox among those impacted, though. Paramount Skydance layoffs are coming in the coming week, according to Variety, which says this could involve 2,000 positions in the U.S. and additional cuts internationally. Apple's new iPhone 17 series is off to a strong start, according to Counterpoint Research, which says it's in much higher demand than last year's base model. And if you spent your weekend planning your next cruise, you're not alone. AAA says a record 21.7 million U.S. travelers will make their way up the gangway to set sail next year, as many turn to cruises as a less expensive vacation option. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter with the clinics. We provide primary, family, and chronic care along with gastroenterology, podiatry, with on-site lab and x-ray services. I'm pleased to welcome family physician Dr. Noah Miller to our team. We are currently accepting new patients and same-day appointments are available. If you're admitted into the hospital, our doctors will see you there as well. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The clinic's on North Bolton. 445-9823 and online at theclinics.us.
They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Well, if that's the case, consider the Walker Law Firm flattered. Hi, I'm Greg Walker. Our free estate planning workshops have been helping people of Central Louisiana for years, and we're honored that other firms are now jumping on the bandwagon. The reason for this is simple. Estate planning and asset protection works. To learn more, join me Wednesday mornings at 8:30 for Talkback on Estate Planning on KSYO Radio 970.
From Shreveport to New Orleans, from Baton Rouge to the Bayou, Louisiana's got your number. Introducing the new area code scratch-offs from the lottery. 318-504, 225-985, and 337. 5 tickets, 5 chances to win up to $50,000. Whether you're fishing up north or boiling crawfish in Cajun country, every code's got cash waiting for you. Every corner of Louisiana's got a code, so show your pride and pick your digits with the area code scratch-offs. Top prize is a whopping $50,000. So what are you waiting on, Louisiana? Rep your code by dialing up some fun. Scratch your ticket and let the good times roll. 5 codes, 5 tickets, big wins. Louisiana Lottery, giving you a reason to dial. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Well, the week off to a chilly start, but it's not going to stick around for long. Sunny skies today, 84 the afternoon high with south-southeast breeze at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Clear tonight, nowhere near as cool as last. 63 the overnight low. And then for Tuesday, partly cloudy in the morning. A chance of some scattered showers in the afternoon. Highs will be 81. From the Zenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
Now back to Talkback 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we're back on Talkback, back to the BOM Bank Talk Line. Good morning. Thanks for holding.
How you passed today?
Hey, speaking of, how are you, sir?
Oh, man, having a blast. How about you?
Haven't heard from you in a while. How are things down in the parish?
Oh, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Waiting on my taxes. Property taxes.
You heard me talking about you, huh?
I heard it. Oh, yeah. I forgot about it. They're so cheap now. They're almost free, you know. I mean, if I don't pay them for 10 or 15 years.
It's the land of the free. It's the land.
That's right. That's what he says. Boy, I like that guy. He's my favorite caller, I think. But I wish I lived next door to him. But, it's... if I didn't pay him for 10 or 15 years, it'd probably still be about what 1 year was in Helix. So
wow.
Let's see here, 10. Oh yeah. No more than that.
Wow.
No. In 11 years I've been here, they ain't been where they were 1 year over there.
That's incredible.
So, I mean,
wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I could take a $200 and go pay them and have enough for me and Lucy to go eat somewhere in town real nice. Left over. So what does that tell you, huh?
Broken wheel?
That we went there the other night. Boy, it's nice. Yeah. We went there the other day. Every now and then I see some people from DeVille and Ellie. As a matter of fact, she saw a teacher she taught with years ago there. I don't know where they live now, but over there in Rapides somewhere. But yeah, they came there. But I can still go eat there after that. So how about that? Huh?
That's awesome.
But no, it's all good. We doing real good down here, enjoying the weather now, and enjoying retired life.
That's awesome.
But I just want to give you a holler. I said, well, I ain't talked with him in a while, but I listen. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. We miss you calling in, but you sound relaxed, so you probably...
Where do you live?
Marksville, man.
I got you.
Right in the city. I got the prettiest lot, 4 acres on this street right here.
I do love me some of Oils Parish.
Yeah, no, it's I live right here in the city. Matter of fact, this is the property I was raised on right here when I was a kid. This was my grandma's.
Oh, that's
cool. This was my great grandmother's property, all of it. But anyway, it got all split up. But anyway, I got 4.5 acres, and my sister lived next to me. She got 3.5. And then, nope, live right here. Got a pretty little place. Me and Lucy keep it up.
One of my one of the prettiest spots, I think, and maybe not everyone agrees with me, is like the Montclair, Effie area. I love that area. Yeah.
Montclair, but that's on this side of the river. Effie on the other side.
Yeah. I like Effie.
Yeah.
I had some friends and family that lives in Effie, so we used to go there all the time.
Yeah, that's on the other side. Montclair's on this side of the bridge, on the river. Oh, yeah. But anyway, everything's good. I just want to holler at y'all.
All right. Well, take care. Good to hear from you.
All right, y'all take care.
You need to go to La Petite Affaire. Did you hang up on him? He hung up. That's a good place in Marksville.
Yeah, you love that place.
That's a good place.
All right, another call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, Al, the other day I was talking to the former UPS driver, Dave, about something I think we've all experienced, that we wanted to say something about something, but we were afraid, well, it hurt somebody's feelings or this or the other. We didn't, and then we wish we had. But you remember, what was it, about 3-4 weeks ago, you had that woman on spouting this carbon capture stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yes.
And 2 or 3 people called in, and she just as much as said, well, hey, you're stupid or you're ignorant. I know it all. And boy, I wanted to call in, and I just wonder what would have happened. There 2 or 3 scenarios. Man, I wanted to call and say, lady, how much are you being paid to spout this nonsense? And I wonder if either she would have hung up, or you would have cut me off, or you would have let it go on. I just wonder what the limits are.
I remember the lady you're referring to, and I actually was not working that day. That was Stephen and Nathan doing the show. But no, we generally don't cut off our callers, so.
Yeah, well, unless they start cursing or something like that, of course.
Right, of course.
But I just, that just made me, so I wanted to call in and say without, well, it's yes or something, but she was just such a smart aleck and knew it all, and I wanted to call. So I don't know if something like that ever comes up again, should I go ahead and call in?
Absolutely. Take
a chance?
Feel free to challenge someone like that. I mean, I remember listening, and my thought hearing her was, I don't know that this is having the effect that they're maybe hoping for. And when I say they, I mean people that are in support of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think, like you said, it kind of came across at times as very condescending. And people out here aren't stupid. They are becoming very educated on this subject, and the more they see, the less they like. And I don't think you can call people or should insinuate they're stupid for that. I think they're rightly concerned about the future of their property, their region, their area, their state, and they have every right to be. Yeah, their water, resources.
Anyway, okay. Well, I know it's your bumper music. They were playing your song.
Which one was that?
Addicted to Love.
Might as well face it.
You have how many kids now?
7.
7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Boys, y'all have a good day.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Stephen?
Well, I want to go on here and blast her the whole time. She was real nice. She was real accommodating, and I'm sure she would have welcomed any criticism.
Yeah.
She probably thought she could handle it.
No, I'm just saying what I thought as a listener, because I was more on the listener side of it that day.
Gotcha. Understand.
So, but everybody's entitled to their opinion.
That's true. Very true.
And they're welcome back. Anybody's welcome. I mean, we really don't turn down anybody who wants to come on this show. I can't think of ever saying, no, you can't come on.
I don't think so.
No.
They let us on, so I guess they'll let anyone on.
Exactly. All right, we'll be right back.
KSYL. Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Got a big day ahead of you? Then it's best to fuel up with some of Cenla's best at Bricado's restaurant. Walk right in and just smell that home-style cooking. Place your order, take a seat, and do breakfast right till 9:30 this morning. Get fresh biscuits, eggs any way you like them, melt-in-your-mouth pancakes, grits, hash browns, sausage, bacon, even wraps and sandwiches. And don't forget their fresh brewed coffee. Ricardo's Restaurant, 28 West, right across from the Coliseum. Your breakfast is waiting for you.
You can start a rewarding career as an EMT sooner than you think. The National EMS Academy, a division of Acadian Ambulance, can train you in 12 weeks at their campus in Alexandria. Students who complete the class and pass the National Registry exam are eligible to work for Acadian Ambulance, then receive tuition reimbursement. Classes start November 17th. Make a difference. Become a medic. Learn more at becomeamedic.com/Alexandria.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talk Bag.
All right, we're back here on the show on a Monday. Alan Stephen with you, 318-442-8255. And we still have time to take some of your calls. Now, okay, well, call coming in. I'll take this before I get to what I was going to say. All right, good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning. It's FedEx Sam here.
Brother.
How are you guys doing?
How are you?
Good, good. I just let me pump up a stock this morning. Do something a little untraditional here. Let me make sure everybody makes some money here. Everyone's familiar with Ucore, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they are in the business of refining rare earth metals. And if you've been paying attention at all to trade talks between China and the Trump administration, you'll see that there's been a tariff issue there because they're refusing to export certain rare earth metals. Now, Ucore's business is headquartered in Canada, where they have one of the largest sources of rare earth metals, and they're going to refine them in central Louisiana in a free trade zone. So taxes and tariffs don't apply between Canada and the United States specifically for that. Now, if you have a chance to look them up on Google, look them up. UURAF is their symbol, and just take a quick look at what their stock has done just this year. And part of that is based on sort of the rhetoric of the Trump administration. But the beauty of this stock is that it's going to be a bipartisan thing, because even if you go back in an administration, the CHIPS Act had a lot of regulations to try to onshore chip manufacturing, rare earth metal refining, mining, etc. So I also think it's cool to be able to invest in a company that's primarily going to be located centrally. So as far as I know, we only have two companies that are located in our region and traded on the markets. Ucore is one of them, and Red River Bank is the other.
Yeah.
But I've been in the stock for a while, and if I don't know if you had a chance to look it up, they're up over 1,000% this year.
Wow.
If anybody has a counter thesis to why you should not invest in Ucore, I'd love to hear it. I know that there's some smart callers out there, hopefully maybe some that are also staring at markets at some points, and some that might have ideas on kind of alternatives to what's going on there.
Yeah.
So just thought I'd share, maybe if anybody else wants to get in on it.
Yeah.
Quick disclaimer, they are a small company with annual revenue of right around $1 billion, which is pretty small for a publicly traded company. So it does swing a lot every day. So of course, depending on your risk tolerance, don't just jump in.
Right.
So just wanted to share, maybe see if anyone had any opinions.
I love that. That's awesome. Thank you for the tip. And
anytime.
All right, thanks, Sam. Good to hear from you. Man. All right.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
I'm not much of an investor. Are you? Gotta have money.
That's why I'm poor.
We've worked in journalism.
Money? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't make money.
I don't even know what it looks like.
We just make enemies.
We're like masochists.
Yeah. All that and paltry retirement.
What was that? Was it the Da Vinci Code or Angels and Demons? That monk who's just whipping himself all the time. Remember that one?
I did not see either of those.
Oh yeah, you probably hate that.
Yeah.
One of those Dan Brown books.
Cat of Nine Tails.
Something like that. Yeah. It was a weird. Angels and Demons was a good book.
Who's in the movie for that?
Tom Hanks.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. It was interesting.
I
forgot how controversial that was. I see he has a new book out too.
Tom Hanks.
Dan Brown. He wrote Da Vinci Code and all those books.
All right. So what I was going to say is, speaking of the carbon capture thing, I saw a video that was posted over the weekend. Mike Slocum used to be with the Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office, and now he seems to be working with the organization called Save My Louisiana. And he posted a video. Let me see if I can get this queued up. And here's what he is having to say about that situation. Take a listen.
As to the moratorium put on the carbon capture wells here in our state, I believe that to be just totally fake news. I can't believe that we have conservatives, me being a conservative, conservatives pushing a nothing but George Soros plan from the beginning. That's all it really is. Go back and see where this carbon mess came from. It was from them, Joe Biden, Soros, and all them kind of people. But we have our conservatives in our state pushing this. Number one, it's a total scam. The president said that, but you just don't get it. You don't get it. All we asked for was to put it before the people. And you just can't do it because you're afraid it won't go through. I promise you to get beat. Please join us at Save My Louisiana. It's time to take action against this. It's going to be a litigation. We need help on this. You know, we have something coming out, I believe, next week that people will back. And thank y'all so much. Please join us.
All right. So, again, you're seeing just a lot of grassroots conversation about this, which we've talked about a lot.
We sure have. We sure have.
Once or twice.
I think looks like the projects are moving forward. Is from what I guess that means, right?
Yeah.
The ones that were already in place, and
yeah, no, I agree with him. I thought the same thing when I saw the moratorium. It's like, okay, it's only on newer ones, but what about the current ones? Which there are a lot. So,
it just doesn't seem like the president's against it. I think everyone's trying to give their own narrative of it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see if he ever says anything. I don't even know if he thinks it's that important to talk about. He's kind of a busy guy, so, you know, I'll be curious to see. The only thing we've seen him directly say was on the website.
Yeah.
Where he was, you know, praising carbon capture projects. So, but everyone kind of interprets what he says and to their own narrative.
Sharing something that Rubio had said about it recently, that he didn't seem to be too much in favor of it.
Have to see.
Yeah. All right, let's try another call here. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Yeah, y'all might want to take that stock tip for what it's worth. I'm pretty sure when Cleo Fields was here, I saw him having dinner with a FedEx delivery man.
Okay. Oh, man.
You never know what you're going to get. You know, that's the beauty of Talkback.
Taking calls is like a box of chocolates.
You know, that's why most shows have producers.
Yeah.
That screen them. But man, this is like the Don't Tread on Me radio show. We let everyone on here.
Oh, absolutely.
No barriers.
Yep. We are the land of the free here, embodied.
You determine free how you want it.
The show is free. You can call in for free.
We even let double dippers sometimes. Exactly. But we don't have a way to know if you're double dipping until you double dip.
That's right. But we could get a producer if you want to work for free for us. Then just give us a shout here at the station.
Yeah, it would. Yes, for free.
In broadcasting, we call that intern.
Hey, I worked at Channel 5 for free for a good 6-7 months.
Yeah, 6-7.
Oh my God.
See, it comes up all the time.
Oh my God.
It comes up all the time.
That's crazy. Anyway, I was shooting football.
Yeah.
Fifth quarter.
I remember that. It
was fun.
But now, a lot of those outlets are actually paying people because a lot of young people are like, what? Work for free? I'm not doing that.
I don't blame them.
When we were young, we were stupid. We're like, oh, pay our dues to get an opportunity to make a low wage once we graduate from college.
Now they're like, warm body, come on in.
It used to be the most competitive industry to get into. Like, it was so hard to get a job in broadcasting.
Yeah.
Now, you got a pulse? Okay, come on in. Maybe not that bad.
Yeah.
It just feels that way. All right, we'll be right back.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Starting a business can be overwhelming, especially when you do it alone. Don't do it alone. Take control of your future with a Janney King Gulf Coast franchise. With Janney King, you get guaranteed initial growth, reliable operational support, and ongoing education to set you up for success. Janney King has built a proven system that gives you the tools to take control of your future confidently and with the support you need to thrive. The future is yours. today at JennyKingCleans.com.
Jenny King, the king of clean.
All of us have that one friend who can just light up the room with a smile. And sadly, how many of us are just a little bit envious of that friend? Well, here's the good news. The folks over at Today's Dental in Pineville can deliver that beautiful beaming smile. Over the years, hundreds of hopeful patients have visited and been completely satisfied. They've made getting dental implants an amazingly simple, low-anxiety procedure, one that's affordable for anyone's budget. The staff at Today's Dental go out of their way to make you feel comfortable with calming in-office IV sedation that's administered by a highly skilled, certified nurse anesthetist. And their multiple finance options make the entire procedure truly affordable. Isn't it your turn to light up that room? Give Today's Dental a call at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Gauthier. That's 448-4540.
Tired of noisy neighbors? Want to keep pets in and problems out? Sounds like you need a Promo fence. At Promo Fencing and Lawn Care, our fences don't just work, they wow. From classic cedar and pine privacy fences to durable chain link, sleek metal, and aluminum, even decorative fencing. We've got something for every home, yard, or business, big or small, residential or commercial, all with free estimates, expert installs, and small town customer care. Promo Fencing and Lawn Care, fences that feel like home.
Now back to Talk Back, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we're back, and let's take another call. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Let's talk about something bright and uplifting this morning.
Okay.
I know I'm double dipping, but anyway, here we go. You know, the Bible says in Revelations that an asteroid is going to hit the earth, and they're going to call it, it's going to be called wormwood. It's going to strike that earth, and it's going to make a quarter or maybe more of the earth's water unusable, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So here we are. I mean, prelude to that is, you know, maybe this is something that's got to happen. The carbon capture underneath the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know. And they said the only way to get in your water system is a massive fracture, right? So anytime, sometimes we got to step back and look at the big picture, you know?
Yeah.
The big picture. Not saying that's right now. I'm not saying it's right at all. I'm 189% against it.
Right.
Because it's not a good deal, you know?
Yep.
And I don't understand why our local water, the people need to be pushing their local water associations to maybe to have a class action against all this. I think that's one of the only things we got for us is cool. We got these water systems that are, you know, every one of them has a bulk of money, and we have groups of people, and people start, you know what happens when you start raising prices? Everybody starts screaming and hollering. Well, we need to put it out there that this could ruin it completely.
Yeah.
Which it can.
Yeah.
And maybe that would get more people on board in stopping this. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. 318-442-8255. Still have some time to get you into the conversation if you would like, as we have about 3 minutes left in the show. I always just enjoy Babylon Bee's posts. They're a satire website, and they post a lot on Twitter. Well, Kyle Mann is like the editor-in-chief. He said he fired the writer who penned this one this morning, which said, millions gather to express total ignorance about political system. He said he fired the writer since the Bee is supposed to be satire. Wow. I love it. I love satire.
I do too. I used to watch The Onion all the time back in the day. I guess they're still around.
Oh, yeah. The Onion had my all-time favorite headline. It was their last printed issue, and I can't quote it verbatim, but it was something along the lines of, new studies show Americans want to be healthy, happy, rich, comfortable. Like, it just had like 10 things, and then in the article it summed it up again and then said, and if it's not too much trouble, and it listed all these other things. And I'm like, that is so true. We want like total comfort in perfection. And if you don't get it, it's someone's fault kind of thing. Yeah. That was the gist of it.
It's a good point. I mean, we all complain and gripe now, but we are probably living in the best moments of human history.
Right. Yeah. No doubt. And within the world, we live in as good a place as you could probably possibly live. I mean, I saw a video over the weekend. It was a lady who, she was scared about what was going to happen to America under President Trump, so she moved to Costa Rica, and now she's regretting it and wants to move back. Yeah, because I think we buy in too much to what's happening on the national political scene, and we forget to look around what's going on in our own community and neighborhood.
We buy into the outrage from both sides too much.
Yeah.
And we demonize the other side, and, the whole fascist communist thing.
Right.
This is kind of getting ridiculous.
It kind of is, yeah. I agree. I mean, I think battling ideas and policies, that's what we should be doing, but too much of it, unfortunately, ends up becoming ad hominem attacks and things like that. And we start to not look at people as human beings as much.
We need to blame our politicians on both sides. That's who we need to blame.
Well, they benefit from that, don't they?
Yep. And talk radio besides us.
Yeah, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
Not us. Not harmless little fuzzballs like you and me.
That's right. We don't ever do anything controversial or otherwise.
All right, coming up on the show tomorrow, Matt Ritchie will be here. It's been a while. That'll be coming up at 8:05. Nathan will be here tomorrow as well, as Tuesdays are my regular scheduled day to not be on the show. Notice I didn't say day off because I have another job. But
no, it's your morning off.
Yeah, my morning.
Lazy.
Yeah. Get with it for the month. All right, everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll talk with you again.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were